So hello everyone, today I am going to dictate you the passage number 17 of the modern volume first. 5 seconds to go. Sir, I am very happy to move this motion because at last we have been able to create an environment in which the normal functioning of the House is resumed. Pursuant to the revelations in the media and the demand of the opposition, a minister of this government resigned way back on the 14th of November, much before the report of the Comptroller and Auditor General was placed in this House on the 16th November. These events are preceded by the content of the report coming into the public domain, and on the basis of that, proceedings were being undertaken in the Supreme Court of India. In the context of all these things, the fact was that the government never got an opportunity at any point in time to respond to these because initially, while the matter was being publicly debated, the government did not have a copy of the report. By the time the report was placed in the House was not allowed to function. So, Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, at no point in time the government got a chance to really respond to the audit objections of the said report, and when the government tried hard to do that, it was met with a lot of resistance. In the meantime, as you know, in accordance with procedure, after the report is placed under the instructions of the President in the House, the report is then sent to the Public Accounts Committee, and the committee also commences its sittings. Now, we thought that there should be a point in time when the government should be able to respond as far as this issue was concerned, because everything was already in the public domain. So, I am very happy that ultimately we are in a position that the matter is ultimately going to a joint parliamentary committee, and that all the issues will be looked into threadbare. We have always thought that Parliament is the best forum for a debate, and we were wanting that debate to take place. In fact, I was reminded of the fact that when some years ago, way back in 2001, pursuant to another episode that happened where some wrongdoing was shown to the public through the media, my good friend, who is now the leader of the opposition, made the following statement. He said that disturbances in the House are totally unacceptable, and this is exactly what we had wanted. He also said that if there are any lapses, there should be corrected. It is absolutely right. Entirely agree with him. This is exactly the sentiment that my good friend had expressed way back in 2001. It is exactly the sentiment that we expressed, but unfortunately, it was not accepted, and for reasons that are quite obvious. But anyway, this is a matter of the past, because I think as a nation we have to move forward, and so we intend to move forward. But Having said that, sir, I must also explain why the motion refers to the period from 1998 to 2009. That is important because this whole policy with regard to spectrum started way back when in 1994. Sir, after the spectrum had been auctioned or the licenses had been auctioned, the companies got into great difficulty, and because of it, the then government decided to allow the companies to move to a revenue sharing arrangement. At that point in time, the Auditor General's report of 2000 made some very negative remarks, and I do not want to go into this because that is a matter of merits. Very negative remarks were made on how the whole process of migration had taken place to the revenue sharing arrangement. I want to go into that because that is something that is what the Joint Parliamentary Committee will ultimately look at. Now, I just want to make one point clear because I think that is not known to the public at large. At no point in time after the revenue sharing arrangement was agreed to, and no company ever paid for spectrum right from 2001 to 2009. That is a fact that the people of our country should know. The people of India should also know three other facts. Way back in November 2001, without any recommendation of Telecom Regulatory of India and without the Telecom Commission, an order was passed by the then government that spectrum should be allotted with the license at a particular frequency. In January 2002, the Government of India has increased the allocation of spectrum without any recommendation of the committee, without the recommendation of the Telecom Commission. Then, in September 2003, pursuant to the recommendations of the high-powered committee, again, this limit was increased without the recommendation of the Government of India. Thank you.